And when we're all sitting at the house and there's 10 cars in the driveway and I'm walking in there, in my cheap Moore suit, right? And my fake leather shoes, and I'm
This
like,
is such a real story.
I got the bank draft,
Yeah,
right?
you got
I
the
got
bank
the bank
draft.
draft, and here it is. What a beautiful
Anyways,
day it is today, though. The sun is shining, people are out. It's just like
it's confusing.
things are
It's like
happening.
it was like this 4 days ago, I feel, and then we had like this winter again all of a sudden, and then now it's like 18
Beautiful out
degrees
there.
or something
I want
again.
to do something. I want to do
I
something.
want to do something. You want to? I want to do. I
I'm
wanted to
doing
go to
spring
the
cleaning.
bank. That's what
Oh,
I wanted to do today. Go to the bank and get some checks.
oh, all right. Well,
I had to
write
get
those checks.
temporary checks because who the hell uses checks still? Does anybody still use checks? Do you write checks?
I'm writing a check. If I've got like a business expense that I want to like track for a certain reason, like I want it. So
Yeah.
like, like a sponsorship or like, something that's very specific and I want it
What
because
about a
it's a big
credit card?
amount. It's a big amount. Well, credit card, they're gonna be like, listen, man, what's a credit card that you're using? Like, what's that expense? I just feel like my accountant or the CRA would be like, he's just swiping that credit card. But if it's like a big expense where I got to pay for something, I'm like, let me write you a check. Because then I get the invoice and I got the check, and then it's like this like large amount coming out of the account, like large amount. I'm saying like I don't know, a couple grand or something, nothing like crazy. But then I'm like, I got the check. Look, I wrote the check. It was a check. It was like, official business to business. That's how I feel. And I'm probably wrong and stupid, like half the things that I do. But that's why I
Seems,
use checks in those
yeah.
situations.
Well, that seems asinine
Yeah.
considering everybody, well, except for one of my lenders,
Yeah.
can take money as a wire or an e-transfer or a EFT or whatever the hell it's called, or like
Yeah.
some way of doing it that isn't a check, which is basically a billion different ways at the moment.
Well,
But
thank
no,
God the real estate industry's changed. Like we still take bank drafts, but I mean, for a long
no
time, that was
wires.
the only way to get the check. It was like, "Where's
Oh,
your office? Oh my,
yeah.
it's in Oakville.
I gotta
Well,
bring it to
what
you.
time is it open?" Like, now it could just
It's
be like, "All right,
fucking
I'm gonna
snowing.
call in a wire at my bank and I'm gonna send it to you. Like, are you ready?" And like, you can just send it. So
You can call
that's
in a wire. You don't have to do it online.
I imagine that you can call in a wire just like any other telebanking you can do,
You have like a bunch of people waiting there for your call to help you with wire.
No, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, any of the stuff that I do, um, you know, maybe I'll transfer within accounts or something like that over the phone. But most of the stuff that I do is I go to the bank. I like to sit there and look them in the eyes and say, what are you doing with that money?
It wasn't
We're
it wasn't long ago before like you needed a check with the offer, remember?
the check with the offer thing. So here, let's put this into perspective, all right?
A check with
So
the offer was better
listen,
than an offer with no check, TK,
well now,
even
but
though
think
it
about it.
wasn't.
And when we're all sitting at the house and there's 10 cars in the driveway and I'm walking in there, in my cheap Moore suit, right? And my fake leather shoes, and I'm
This is
like,
such a real story.
I got the bank draft,
Yeah,
right?
you got
I
the
got
bank
the bank
draft.
draft, and here it is. Like, if you accept my offer, here's the bank draft, right? Well, now it's all done through email because we don't really do those anymore. So people are sending pictures of the bank draft, and they're like, "The guy's got a picture of the bank draft. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he
got the
did it.
money ready."
He
I'm
did it.
like, "So hold
And
on."
a receipt you
So
need. You need the receipt and a picture.
I'm bringing the offer as well. And I'm like, so hold on. My offer says upon acceptance, which means my clients, once you accept, will go to the bank, we'll get a bank draft, and then we will drop it off at your office or send a wire, whatever it is. I'll do it today. But, after you accept it, so we don't waste our time going to the bank and get that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you bring it here with? Well, is anybody else bringing it here with? Yeah, they sent us the photo. That's not here with. That's saying I got a picture of a check that once you accept, I'll bring it to you. What's the difference? If someone changes their mind after they sign the agreement, they don't want to bring the check and you're fighting them over the deposit, it's the same scenario. Why is that a request that agents are doing?
It's just
Bring
old
your
school
check
idiots.
here
Listen,
with.
it used to be meaningful. First, it really didn't, but like people would use it, especially when like you're buying land. Guys used to be like, just take the check with the offer. Trust me, take the check with the offer.
It's
Okay.
better in person with a check, 100%, no argument there. But the
Why?
photo,
Why?
but the
Why is it
pitch,
different? The check doesn't
because
even
what?
go anywhere
But if it's a bank draft
if it's a bank draft. Oh,
and you walk in with a bank draft, not a personal check, a bank draft, and I
you ever
collect that
lose
from
one
you,
of
that's
those?
cash. That's what
You
they
ever
do.
lose a bank draft? That's the
I
worst.
did. I did.
Yeah. How
I've
big was
lost
the one
bank
you
drafts
lost?
before. It wasn't
That's
a
a
big one, but it was Oh, no, sorry. I lost a bank draft that I was giving to somebody else.
From yourself.
So I had the receipt. And then I went back to the bank and said, look, cancel that one. Here's the receipt. And then they, we figured it all out. But I've never
Okay.
lost a bank draft that someone gave me. That's good as cash. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't
Don't do
ever
that.
do that.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.